There are a few additional features that can be useful while we are working on Illustrator. So I'm going to import a few images using the place command. You can use shortcut Ctrl Shift P. Here I have made a few sketches of these things. So click. I'm going to rotate this holding Shift, and I'm gonna make them live trace, group properties, and image trace. Then choose black and white logo, and this has came out right. And maybe about this one, same thing, black and white logo. So you can also tweak them clicking on this option here. You want a threshold less or maybe more. It is gonna do as you set up this threshold. So I'm gonna set it something like this is fine. I'll go ahead and give expand here. Expand, ungroup, and ungroup this one as well. Now I'll just select this, go ahead and delete, like so. And there's something else as well. So I'll just go ahead and click here and delete this. So I have this and this. Actually, I might want to just grab this too and delete everything else here. So let's just select this and this. This here, and I'll just select this black guy, and I can create this one later. Okay, so I'll just select this and delete. Okay. So here I have an option called, as you can see, if I go in here, choose the direct selection tool, there are way too many anchor points within this shape. We're going to select this, and I'm going to go to my object menu, and here I'm going to go to path and simplify, and that has reduced down the points fair enough. This new upgrade, you'll see it's just really simple version of it, and now the magic bit is automatic one. Simply super useful. Instantly it looks cool and kind of a new way you can go, or you can just move it. So you couldn't go, you can just drag it here, and it can simplify it down way too less. And if you're here, it will bring back the original shape. So let's just click on auto simplify. That turns out to be fine. Here are more options. Click on this, and you can simplify the curve further, or maybe you can change the corner point angle threshold, and maybe just bring it down here, smooth, previews on. Okay, sharp. Let's make much of a difference. If you have the auto simplify, click on that, automatically select this. Show original path, you can see what was there previously, and so on and so forth. You can use these options. Go ahead and give OK, and that's going to simplify my path. Decent one. Okay, I'm going to go here and do the same. Go to object, path, simplify. Go to more options, see if that works out better. Okay, click here, there. So we have these two shapes here. I'm just gonna bring them right like so. Increase the size of this heart and put it right like so. And about this fire like this big. Group them both, Control G, and maybe I'll just bring them in the center align. Okay. So now I would want to color these objects individually. So what I can do is go to the Shape Builder tool. You can use the shortcut Shift M to access it. And here, as discussed earlier, this will merge the shapes all together. Or you can just remove the shapes or by holding Alt. You see the minus sign on the cursor, click and drag, and that removes right like so. Or maybe you want to remove these outside shape there. That can be done as well. So you have a couple bunch of things going on with the Shape Builder tool. But for now, I'm going to choose a color here. Let's say a blue one. Say I will choose this blue, click here, and then click here. Okay. Now I'm going to choose a red or pink. Maybe this one will do. Click here. It's going to give me this shade and this orange one for a click. So it does a job of filling up the colors as well. Right. And I'm going to go ahead and give a free form gradient here. Let's say and go use this one, and let's go ahead and ungroup these first. Ungroup, choose this shape here. Okay, and then you can use a shortcut full stop, and that is going to come up with a gradient here. I'm just going to go ahead and click here, free form gradient. It is automatically going to make a few dots here using the colors around. So I'm gonna make a decent gradient logo here. So click here, choose the fill, this one, and maybe here, swatches, this one. Red, and maybe here one. Okay, this one. Okay, freeform gradient. Just the line here. Double click, go to swatches, select the color. Swatches, select the color from here. Blue, and this one gonna be maybe green. And you can use this to, increase the range or at ISO. Or maybe you can just move around and bring up the range depending on what you're looking for. So one last thing we have here is the flame outside, and click. Click on here, take this red guy, maybe orange guy. Here I'm going to choose maybe red guy. Okay. So I don't think this is cool, but of course I need to refine this and edit gradient. There I can refine it even further. Maybe I'll just give orange or blue here. I can just give it green here, green. Okay, maybe darker one. Okay. I'll just remove this, press the delete button, and that will be removed. And just use this to be a shade of blue. Light blue is fine, I guess. A cold color. And edit gradient, and there. Delete, and here choose this. Maybe I'll choose this color. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright, so I'm gonna use the artboard to hold Shift O, or you can just right select like this. Click on this and select this one as well. Shift O. I want both of them selected. Hold Alt and you can copy along with the object. I'll hold Alt again, and there I have object again. Hold Alt and then right. So we can use the recolor option here. Let's say I want some variations with this color. I have the recolor option here. So I can go here and maybe I can just move around. And there, just with one click, I can change the gradient of the whole thing. So in the library, I have few presets. You can use these as well. Maybe here. I'll go ahead and give undo there. This one, I liked it. I'm going to keep that one as that. Of course, I'm going to choose this one, recolor, and advanced option. These are some advanced options here. I can particularly choose orange to be something else. Let's just say I want the orange to be pink this time. I'll give OK. And there, made the update immediately. So I want the red to be pink as well. Yeah, I'll just use yellow this time. It's going to be yellow. And let's say I want this one to be dark blue, and this one to be a darker green, way darker green. Okay, so that updates immediately. You can click here and add a new color as well, but I don't need it this time, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. You can go ahead and here, edit. I can go back to my this color wheel version and click in here and move this, and that's gonna give me a variation and just one few click. Give OK. And about this guy, recolor. And there. So I can just quickly make some color adjustments and come up with a few colors as well. I think this one looks fine, but that depends on the client's choice, what he's actually looking for and what he feels like he wants to represent about the brand. So you can, this is a handy feature that you can use to recolor your objects quickly and easily. And one more thing about in the update is here. Let's say I'm typing the spelling labor, Labour. Let's bring it up. I can right click here and give spelling, auto spell check, and that is immediately going to give me a red line here that there is a mistake with the spelling. So I can just right click here and it will suggest me laborer, which will be a replacement for this. So that's another new feature that you can access here. Next we have now let's just give a background to all of these. I'm going to use this rectangle tool, click and drag, hold shift, and there, control shift, open backspace, change the fill like so. Maybe this one suits well. Here I'll select both of these, hold alt and drag. Okay, and change the color here, maybe something light. Right, like so. That seems fine. This here looks fine. The fill. This. Let's, that. Okay, that looks fine as well. So what can we do to improve the look and feel of this? We can just I can just lock this background. Control 2 would do that for me. I'm gonna select the whole thing. Control G, group. Now this whole thing is a group. I can go to the effect menu. Here I'm gonna give a little bit of a drop shadow. Go into stylize, drop shadow, and I'm gonna choose 20%, maybe 60% opacity, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and maybe 8 pixel, 9 pixel, 10 pixel. Let's just check 70% per 60 does the job right, and it blurs too much. Let's give 8 pixel. Okay, and that looks about half decent. You can do is go in this control 2 and lock all these backgrounds. I'll select this, control G, group all this, control G, and control G. I could just select all of these and give effect drop shadow, and all the previously applied drop shadow will pop up. I can just go ahead and give OK, and they will be applied right like so. So let's say I have this, I can blur this out. It's gonna make my system a lot slower. I'm gonna just go ahead and give save here, like some random location list of and title. Okay, save, and I'll just give OK. And while it is saving, I can make the changes. As you can see, even if it was a saving process, I can make the changes. That is the new feature that we have here. This one I'll just give undo. I don't want this kind of blur here. Next, let's say I want to bring down the stroke here of this. Let's give a copy here, and I don't need this shadow on this one. I'll just select these guys, delete this guy, delete this guy, also delete. So I have this only outline here. What you can do is go to object and go to path, and here I have an offset path option. What I can do is I can go into minus, like say go in here like -5, -6, -7 is way too thin. Let's keep it a decent -4, maybe -5. Let's go ahead and give OK. -6 is fine, I guess. Right click on group, and there you can see I have this path that is relatively thinner than this one. So that's another way you can bring down the path size. If you have this kind of an object, it kind of brings down proportionally the path here. Scaling up or down won't do the job here. It's the object path that will help you do this operation successfully without disrupting the proportion of the object. And those are a few objects that we had to look in Illustrator.